Good morning, good afternoon, citizens. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to your favorite program, Padare na Mambo Svosve. I don't know, maybe we might have to change the name here because there is always a muzare when Mambo Svosve is going live. Thank you so much for joining. My apologies. I was trying to rush so that I could do this while I'm home, but you know, wondo kana chanzi. So I had to do this program while I'm still in the car because I did not manage to make it home. But we have a very interesting topic here that we are discussing. Zanu PF, a panicking Zanu PF, a cornered Zanu PF is gone to its default mode. You know what dictators do when they are cornered, when they are panicking, they just go into their default mode. Their default mode is violence. So we've seen Zanu PF unleashing orgies of violence on our citizens. This is Zimbabweans, fellow citizens, a declaration of war. Zanu PF is at war with its own citizens. But of course, before we go in any further, let me give this opportunity to Babs. She doesn't want me to call her Comrade Barbara. She said she wants me to say Babs, DJ Babs, CC Babs. Over to you, CC Babs.
Thank you so much, Mambo Svosve. Comrade is okay. Zvimwe zvese zvandidi, but comrade is okay. Comrade Babs here. You know, when you said kuti you wanted to be in the comfort of your home, and then you said kuti kana chabvondoka chinongobvondo. You then remind me of the slogans that we used to do at ZCT. Kuti hanzi kana tikati ngachitsve. So you kana tikati ngachitsve ovati ngachitsve hanzi kana tikati wo hanzi hakuna wo atiko kana tikati wo evhe hanzi wo. So nhasi tiri kutaura hanzi vane no havaendi kuhondo. Ndo maslogans ataita kuZCT kudhara ichiri ZCT kwete zvaizvi nezvi zvaya sweetheart union yeappendage yeZanu PF. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Zimbabweans from all over the world. Lingabe litshona njani, lavuka njani mthwakazi omuhle. Yebo, sesiphendukile njalo mina lo Nkosi phela inkosi yakoShoshe uMambo Shoshe lami phela uComrade Babs sililethela uhlelo Padare na Mambo Shoshe edale lenkosi inkosi uShoshe induna uShoshe. Namhlanje sikhuluma ngendaba ezinenginengi kodwa indikimba yendaba yethu ngethi khona iZanu Zanu declares war on citizens. Kuthiwa iZanu isibeke impi kumbe iZanu kuthiwa isiqalise impi kuma citizens ebantwini. I think sonke siyakwazi obekusenzakala emhlabeni wonke jikelele kumbe eZimbabwe yonke jikelele pertaining ukuhlukuluzwa kwabantu ukutshaywa kwabantu ukubulawa kwabantu yiZanu PF. Konke khona lokhu namuhla ke siyabe sikucubungula ukuthi kungani iZanu PF ikwenza khona lokhu. Kumele sizwisise ukuthi konke lokho okwenzakalayo iZanu PF ile isizathu. So thina njengama citizens kumele siqaphele sibekwazi ukuthi kuyini esingabe singakwanisa ukuthi sikwenze ukwenzela ukuthi khona izinto ezinje zingabi lokho zisenzakala ngoba iZanu ile njongo. Yikho libona abantu bengaze becomplain, abantu bengaze benzeni, bona bayazithulela vele kabalandaba, babe lokhu becontinue besenza khonokho abakwenzayo. Ngakho namhla ke hlala khonapha mlaleli mbukeli ukholise esikulethele khona. Over to you Mambo Shoshe. Mambo Shoshe. Our technical team, can you play us something whilst we wait for Mambo Shoshe? Any videos pertaining what we are talking about before we start? Whilst waiting, I think Mambo Shoshe should be having an internet. Yeah, Mambo Shoshe, Madzoka. Network yenyu nasi inenge yakadhakwa hivi.
Yes. So we are. I don't know what DJ Babs said, but of course we are back on our topic. What Zanu PF is doing and what caused all that. As you know, we lost our sister, More Blessing Ali, murdered obviously by Zanu PF, and we also lost Mr. Tuesday. May their soul rest in peace. We lost our comrades, our comrade in Chitungwiza, another one in Kuadzana. Zanu PF is on a killing spree. They are going after our members, and as you also know, Honorable Job Scala and Honorable Sitole are behind bars, were jailed for, so they say, inciting violence. So all this is what we are trying to break down here and analyze. You know, Padare and Mambo Svosve, we do not just talk about problems. We all know what is going on. You know what has been going on. So what we are going to try and do here is to break down everything that is happening and then try to provide solutions and also bring awareness to the people. Leader Babs, what exactly do you think Zanu PF is trying to do here? Is it just violence because it's Zanu PF? It's in their DNA to be violent. I do not think so. I think this is a bigger strategy. It's part of a bigger strategy against you know, a very vibrant Triple C. We are seeing Zanu PF here running scared. Vari kutopinda magumbeze nebhutsu nestrategy yakauya nemukomana this time around, where they will be saying mukomana hana strategy, mukomana hana plan, but we are seeing here Zanu PF very, very panicking and looking very cornered, and as always, they resort to violence. But, Barbara, is it just violence?
Okay, there's a feedback somewhere. This muzvare wapinda pindikiti muzvare Veronica Dzokora wapinda
Mwene
varipo
wazvo, varidzi
mwene
vazvo,
wazvo
varidzi venyika,
aridzi
vanonzi
venyika
varidzi vazvo.
hanzi zvapindirwa nenyika dziri kunze
Ndozvinoreva kamwene wazvo, mwene wazvo zvinoreva kuti varidzi vacho, varidzi venyika maswera sei
aiwa
vangu ya.
aiwa tiri kuvaona mwene wazvo wati hanzi tatsikwa neprovince iri pano province. Thank you so much guys for joining us. Hanzi Cohen Mlambo, Mr. Shoshe, tell me, do we have president in Zimbabwe, and is it wrong advisors or mafia Ravel? I need someone to help advise me. Nyora futi pacha Cohen, hatisi kunzwa. Put other comments. Can we read the comments again? Estella, tisiro comments tifambe pamwe chete nevashama vanzi my friends of Change Radio. Jack Ngwenya hanzi watching from Namibia. Zanu is going. Yes, Zanu is going. Thank you so much for joining us. Hanzi na mwene wazvo Veronica Dzokora hanzi kikiki musadaro guys, tisanhu hacho eka tivanhu hacho kuonda kudai kutya imi hanzi Godi Mofu, Zanu PF is a group of bloodthirsty vampires and satanists masquerading as a political party. It's not even a political party. They are terrorists. Yes, you are right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. Chief, yes, you are saying, Kuti, what is happening? It's not the killings only. It's a strategy, Chief. It is a strategy. We are going towards elections in 2023. Zanu PF, they've started isusu tichingochema tichifunga kuti zvichapera. It's a strategy towards 2023. All this what they are doing, it's a strategy to dismember us. 2023. Maybe let me start with Chief Kuti. I think last time takambotaura nezvesmiles. We spoke about SMICE last time. Hanzi Teach D Mukucha. Are we doing enough as citizens to support our leaders panguva dzakaoma kudai? Mubvunzo mukuru uyo, mubvunzo mukukutu muchatiudza kuti imimi ndimi anhu acho. Handi mwene wazvo ataura kuti tisi anhu acho. Imimi anhu acho muri kuti kudii? Are you doing enough to support the leaders? Nhasi uno tinofanira kubuda tine ma-answers. Watching live from Gaborone, Botswana. Thank you so much, Godi Mofu. Hanzi, last time we spoke about SMICE. SMICE is a strategy, Chief, of Hanzichi. It's a strategy used by those dictators trying to silence my voices of dissent. If they see there is a powerful figure, whether it's an individual or it's a group that is causing havoc towards their peace, kana kuti vari kudisturb their lootings, or they are disturbing their corruption, in the form of, like in this case, the opposition, especially the opposition led by Advocate Nathan Chamisa. So Zanu PF started this SMICE. Is a strategy called S stands for sex, M stands for money, I stands for infiltration, C stands for cohesion, and E is elimination. So what they do, katakataura kuti, they use sex and it to destroy you. Wanokutumira vanhu, they will give you girlfriends, and they will think kuti the girlfriend that you have got is a genuine girlfriend. Inambisirwa, the girlfriend will be coming to destroy you. Then mochizonzwa kuzotaurwa ma-issues. Akazodai. This one is not fit to be a leader. He is a womanizer. ivo varivo vanenge vaita implant. If you look well at the story of Len Mojongwe, that's what they did to him. They even also tried to do it to the late Morgan Shangirai. They tried that, but it failed. And then money, they will try and vanokusha mari to the members of the opposition. They can even try with the leader himself. Remember President Chamisa, when he was lured kuti after 2018, when Mnangagwa lost the elections but rigged, he wanted Nelson Chamisa to be the leader of the house. He wanted to buy him. He was given a fat package, package yakanuna, but the president refused. But then waona kuti zvakona, they then used some people that were around him they were given mazimari, wana Douglas Monzora, wana Kupe, they were given a lot of money to disarm or to dismember the MDC. It was alliance by then. Remember the court issue, the Supreme Court ruling. When that ruling was there, some people were they were made to believe that judgment is going to finish President Chamisa, not knowing the alliance was a people's project. People's project, chief, zvokumhanya. So they tried they took Harvest House, they took everything away from President Nelson Chamisa, but that one didn't work either. As we can see now, we can no longer talk about Douglas Monzora. He is finished. We can no longer talk about Madame Kupe. We all know what's happening. So these are the strategies that Zanu use. Yemari, we can safely say kuti it has failed. But Chief, what I want to say kuti Yemari yoyi, it is coming a different angle. I will explain this, or maybe let me just explain it now, because ndogona kuzokangano. Yemari iyi pachakushwa mari, viewers and listeners, mari ichakushwa the people inside. Remember, we haven't gone, CCC has not gone to for a congress. So people were pushing kuti kuite congress. Why? Because congress, they know kuti pachaita vanhu vachava disgruntled, vanenge vachishaya mapositions, and then there's a breakaway. So that one, President Chamisa and his team, they managed to deal with that one. But still, there are some people that might be aggrieved, and it, Chief. But then there are going to be people from within that are going to be given money to talk badly about the president, about the leadership. Kuna social media, Twitter, kupi muchazinzwa nyaya dzacho muchazodziona kana dzakuuya. So they'll be writing negative comments about CCC. They will be portraying President Chamisa to be someone who is not working with the team, someone arikufamba ega, arikumhanya ega. So all those things, they will come. But tell you what, zvichashaya basa. So we go now to infiltration. Infiltration here, it also there, it comes as panodirwa mari, pachakushwa vanhu, pachakushwa vakadzi. So politicians, we are warned. Tinogara tichiyeuchidzwa every now and then. Remember, you forgot to mention about the death of Wamagaisa. May you so rest in peace. Wamagaisa is one person who used to warn the opposition about being careful, not to eat kungodya pese pese, and not to be lured into these girlfriend things. Even Wopo Shingono always speaks about these things, but the opposition should be very, very careful. So infiltration is already there. But you know what, as citizens, we know kuti mabasa infiltration, so it will never work again. And then we come to cohesion. Cohesion is whereby you force someone to believe into what you believe. And if that person refuses to believe in what you believe, you then try to eliminate, to coerce someone, like forced abduction is one of the cohesion. That so murikuona kuti Chief tiri kungofamba nesmice. Ma-abduction ana more blessing. Ma-abduction, those ladies that were once abducted during more blessings funeral, wanaitaidza mara, wana Joan Mamombe, Cecilia Chimbiri na Netsai Maroa. It was part of this smice. you name them more blessing, the other more blessing from PTUZ, we know from Atus, sorry, we know kuti she was once abducted, and a lot of people have gone through that. Why, Chief? Because they target one. Vanoona kuti these people are key in the struggle. Even vari pasi pama branches, they can even they can even abduct someone wamusingatombofungiri mugozvibvunza kuti why. Remember when More Blessing Ali was abducted, some people started asking questions. Why was she abducted? Anomboita nezvechi. So people wanted to know more about her. But then if you look at it, she was active. She started this struggle whilst she was young. Akamhanya ari mumayouth akadini, even where she stayed, she never stopped supporting Triple C. So this is the reason, even if chero mukadenana kanyaya kadiki, Chief, they would capitalize on that, and then they would want to what to abduct you or even to kill you. So the
Yeah,
elimination
and
part
before
now.
you go, Barbara, to eliminate the big one, that's the big one.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, take a glass of water and drink water. Yeah, something like that. That's what I wanted you to do. Let me add something on where you touched about More Blessing. A lot of people have been asking why would they, kidnap or kill More Blessing or eliminate More Blessing. And Zanu PF is actually taking advantage of that, trying to change the narrative. They would say, why would we made More Blessing? Here is the reason. Zanu PF does these things, for more reasons than we know. There is something that is called harvest of fear. Where Zanu PF will just kill people, arrest people, physically abuse people, even sexually abuse people. That will be someone maybe in Chitungwiza. When they go to Wedza, when they go to Marondera, when they go to Chivu, they are no longer killing at that point. They can just use More Blessing. They can just use what they did in Mondoro or what they did in Chendambuya to the people there. They'll be telling them that, and More Blessing. They'll be like whispering, you know what we do. We are Zanu PF. Mona buya takavapisira dzimba. Tinodzipisa dzimba dzese idzi. Tinokupisira dzimba dzese idzi. Munoita zvekutamba nesu tinonzi Zanu, So that is what is called harvest of fear. They are now spreading fear, fear into people using atrocities or past atrocities, using what they did in other areas. So to them, More Blessing is working. To them, Mr. Tuesday is working. So they don't have to kill the most influential people in Triple C. They can kill anyone. So really, those who say we don't do politics, I don't want to be seen or whatever, you can still be a target because they know that if they target someone who is less known, there will be less noise as well. But they can use that to harvest fear in other areas. And they also know that if they kill someone who is well known, it will be a big problem. There will be an international uproar. There will be a citizens uproar. But if they target people like less known people like More Blessing, they will still achieve what they want to achieve, without a lot of noise. There are a lot of people, folks, that are being killed right now that are not talked about. More Blessing was lucky because his brother is Washington Ali, and he managed to just raise hell on Zanu PF, and they didn't even expect it. She could just have been killed, and would not even be talking about the way the way we are talking about here right now. So yeah, that's what Zanu PF is doing. Barbara, I think you can go ahead. I think you've drank water as we go to the big one, the E, elimination.
Yes. Thank you so much, Chief Soshe. If we are not careful, Zanu's PF is going to eliminate a lot of people. Elimination, it didn't get my votes, Chief. So far, how many votes have we lost? We lost, let me start from, do you know the other thing is the ZANU-PF can also eliminate a vocal human rights defenders, the likes of vanhu vakaita sana Hopewell, vanhu vakaita sana Patson Dzamara, they were eliminated. Vanhu vakaita sana Itai Dzamara, they were eliminated. Vana Patson Dzamara, how were they eliminated? Vana Patson vakaisirwa slow poisoning. Even our late president Changira is slow poison, and you are not Dewa, it's suspected again. You know, all these things. Wanamagaisa, we don't even know kuti chakamura chakati kuti chitange, what exactly happened, because these are vocal people, my individuals that are fighting for human rights, so they can target those people as well. In as much as politics target, they can also target these individuals that are very, very vocal in the struggle. So this is how Zanu PF does it. So the elimination is sometimes my abductions, we see kuti my abductions, they abduct. I liked that Twitter space where we had a lawyer who was explaining about this, a former police officer who was explaining. He is now an expert in these abductions. He was explaining on how these abductions are carried out. Kutanzi kune abductions that are carried out by the ferret, the abductions that are carried out by the Zanu PF, my structures, our thugs, like the issue case ya Mo Blessing Ali, and they're saying kuti case, he was explaining kuti case ya Mo Blessing Ali, Mo Blessing anokwanisa kukurumizwa kurilizwa ari mupenyu because hapana trace yeferret, and that's exactly what was supposed to be. So the reason why they killed Mo Blessing is because of the pressure, chief. Pressure, it was just too much. So they said, you would rather kill him but than to Timunze are alive, because they were going to do my test and what and she was going to reveal a lot of things, how she was abducted and where she was, what they were doing to her. So this they did not want this chief. So that's the reason why they ended up killing her. But in actual fact, sometimes my abductions akaita fanike asina ferret kashoma kuti vaurai. These are ferret abductions, like the ones that carried the Yana Joan Mamombe. Hanzi inenge iri system. It's a system that is intact. Panenge pane mapurisa anenge ari involved, ma-CID, ma-CIO, every angle of the security, every arm of the security will be involved. So the victim will be passed from one arm to another. Maybe you find Guti Mapurisa, they will arrest. After arresting, people will go and look in every police station. You don't see them. And the police will hand over maybe to CID. The CID will also do something, they will hand over to the other. And wachita kudaro. So if they see kuti the pressure is just too much, and if they see kuti they are not going to kuti, like especially kind of internationally, vakaona to know izvi zvinhu zvinokwanisa kuzoti, they release the victims. We have seen some victims being where they were released, but some victims were never released. Some we hear they were thrown into acid, some were thrown into my disused the dams, and some, they do a lot of things to this, and it's a strategy of they want to maintain power. They want to remain in power at all costs by instilling fear in the members of the opposition, and also some individual members, like my human rights defenders. So the elimination part on the citizens, and there's also elimination on the part of the leadership. Even the president himself, vari kutomuda pasi vanzi vamufuna pansi pezuru, so they can murder him, and knowing kuti if they murder him, then it means there will be a void in the opposition. We will start looking for a new leader. People start fighting for positions. You see, that's what happened when the late Morgan Tsvangirai died. They thought kuti MDC was finished, because they thought kuti people will fight for positions, not knowing kuti zvinhu zvavo zvakatorongeka, mukomana anga atoripo kudhara. So this is the Zanu PF for you, chief. So people, You have to be very, very, very careful. I think at the end of this, Chief, maybe we want to hear from the people what they think, because people are saying, hey, mukuchema chema, hey, tanyanya kuchema. We want them to tell us today so that we tell the whole nation, could this is what the citizens are saying, and this is what the citizens, even if they implement, apana munhu anoashora, because it's the citizens movement. This is what the citizens are saying. And this is what the citizens wants to do, Chief. No one can bar them from doing whatever they want to do. Maybe let me stop from here. Let me stop here, and then Chief, you share with us what you want to share, and then we'll move forward. Thank you so much.
Right, we are still there on SNICE, and I just want to sum up here, but I want to add here on elimination. You know, this is a political strategy that has always been there. You remember in the early 80s, Barbara, where people were being eliminated using mapuma. You know, those mapuma, soldiers, you know, people were just having accidents. You know, you have anyone who died in Zanu PF, you know, in the leadership, most of them were killed by those Pumas. That's a Russian style of elimination or eliminating political rivals. And then
Nema Benz, Chief.
yeah, Nema Benz, and you know, it was so rife during the 80s that people were just dying. People were just having, you know, these accidents. So it would look like it's an accident, but it would be a planned or an arranged accident. Now that when they saw that people now know what is happening, you know, it went to the extent of the Pumas being banned, you know, in the roads. You know, they thought it looked like they were trying to do something about the Pumas, but they had now seen that their strategy had been exposed. So they moved on to other things. Russians, as you know right now, they're busy eliminating political rivals. That's what Putin does. You know, he eliminates political rivals using poison. You know, it's deadly. It's deadly. I was talking to one Zanu PF person. He's in the system. He told me that, Chief, you don't sometimes with poison that Zanu PF uses, you don't have to drink the drink, or you don't have to eat the food. Sometimes if someone just passes his hand over, you know, over your food, you're gone, you're done. It's so sophisticated. A lot of people will not understand this. You know, I was telling that guy, you need to give me more information, but you are saying, I'm telling you more, you know. But this is a person in the system who are saying you don't have to really eat the food. So you can see where we are right now, that we are in a very precarious situation, a very dangerous situation where, you know, we can be eliminated very easily. I mean, how can you guard against eating food? How can you guard against drinking? Because you don't even know. Because what ZANU-PF does, they use the number 3 part, the infiltration. People infiltrate us. They come into our structures. They are part of us. And those that infiltrate, when they come in, one of the biggest characteristics of people that would have infiltrated, they are hard workers. They work like nobody's business. You know, and you are with him, you are with her in the structures. You have meetings with them, you have physical meetings with them, you have dinner programs with them, and one way or another, they will get you. They will get you. And myself, people can say whatever they want to say about Dewa Mavinga, but I can tell you, I will tell you today that Dewa Mavinga was eliminated. And it was the use of poison. And many other people, Morgan Changirai, a lot of people will be saying it was cancer, it was cancer. They can actually give you that cancer. They are capable of doing that. That's what the Russians are doing. You know, if you want to know what ZANU-PF is doing, just read Russian politics, how they are eliminating people, how they are eliminating political rivals. That's exactly what is happening in Zimbabwe right now. Saka tiripango yakaoma kozoita varume tiripa tight varume pa sex up. That one, number one, that's the easiest strategy. It has been they've implemented it, since they came into power since 1980. Even now, it's still useful. It's still powerful. They just use the girls that are around you, the girls that are in your structures. They cannot use someone who is not in your structures because you will be suspicious. They have to use someone wamunenge murutori naye, kana waramba ndopaya pamunozoona maakutaurwa zvema-sexual abuse. How many triple C men have been charged with sexual abuse, but they are using sex, and it's both ways. Even some young girls in our party, they can also be seduced, using money, which is number two there, but eventually, it comes to sex. What happened first was wakanyengwa ukadiwa apa wapashandiswa mari wobva wada munhu, and then you give away information, and they use you, and once they start using you, watombotambira mari yavo. Ukangodya mari yezanu chete, unoishandira mari iyoyo kusvika madhonga amira nyanga, kusvika mombe dzadzoka kumafuro, because pamunenge muchiita zvesex zviya zviya. That's why we are being told, men are being told, don't go to Harare hotels, don't go to Harare lodges, because when they are doing that, when you are there, they are busy taking videos, they are busy recording you. So whenever you refuse now, uri munhu wetriple C, vanokuudza kuti enda unoita zvakati kuna Barbara, enda unoita zvakati kuna chief, kana kuti nyora statement yakati inokanganisa musangano. You what? I can't do that. Obva vakuburitsira video yako kuti do you want this to be public? Do you want this to be public? Vanenge vainazvo mumafile. Those who have read the other book written by this other author, which was describing Robert Mugabe, it was saying Robert Mugabe had files for all the opposition leaders, every opposition leader, and he also had files for Zanu PF people themselves. Vanenge vachitsvaga twese twaunoita, kana wakamboba, kana wakamboita sei, they look at all those things, they put them in a file, and then they start using them against you. They just tell you that if you don't do what we want you to do, we are going to publish this. We'll leak this to the media. We'll leak this. We'll send this to your wife if it is an adulterous affair. So that's where we are, Zimbabweans. We just doing this so that you are aware of where we are. This is Zanu PF. Everything that is happening, it's a part of a bigger strategy. It's not a coincidence. It's something that was planned. Zanu PF, Padare vanhu vanofunga kugara pasi kufunga, how do we eliminate the opposition? How do we destabilize the opposition? And they are well paid. Isusu, we don't have all that. So we're going to the next part of our discussion. Barbara, you can go ahead and sum up if you want to sum up this SMICE thing. Maybe wakambosmaiswawo here, wakambofunga kuti panapa wakusmaiswa here. Unozviona kazvichiuya.
Aiwa, ndofunga inini vanototya kuti ibenzi iri.
Hai, ini ndakapoza ndasmaiswa here. Ndakatovaona vanhu vacho kuti uyu anoda kundismaisa. Uyu anoda kundismaisa.
Chief, it's so worrisome. Even when we're speaking about Mabenzi Nemapuma, remember the other way, like Emerson Mnangagwa knows kuti people don't like him. And then Emerson Mnangagwa knows kuti is the soldiers, they helped him to get into power. What does he do now? He is eliminating all the soldiers, all the armed personnel, armed forces personnel that were key or that were instrumental in his reign to power. And so if you look at how many major generals, how many commanders, how many top police brass we have died so far since 2017, Chief. This also tells you kuti he's making his way for 2023, and he now wants to surround himself. And he has also appointed his son. His son is one of the top now Chef army. What does this tell us? It tells us that he's building his monarchy, and he's eliminating those that helped him, and he knows that he's not satisfying them. So they will also, if they managed to 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 betray Robert Mugabe, he knows kuti they can also do the same kwaari. So what does he do? He eliminates them. So this elimination is both ways, like we are saying. Look at Obed Masaraure, the story. Yeah, Obed Masaraure, the president of Amalgamated Rural Teachers Association, Atus. What did they do? He's in jail now because of you know, a schemish crime that is said to have committed. Did you hear the story, Chief? And did you buy the story?
Mm. Yeah, Yamasaraure.
Yes.
Yeah, that Hansi, he made that someone, some years ago when he was at Jameson Hotel, yeah, that's what Zanu PF do. That's exactly what we're saying here.
Imagine.
They come up with, these made up allegations, so that they can just have a hold on you, So that's exactly what they're doing to Masaraud.
Yes, because Masaro has been very, very vocal. Remember, the teachers' unions that was there, the Zimbabwe Teachers Union Association, is captured. It's now captured. The leadership is ZIMTA, they are ZANU PF, and the members, they are suffering no representation. This is what the ZANU does. They try and silence every voice that is that tries to speak against them. This is exactly what they also did at ZCTU. This what they did. Kuti, the ZCTU was led by Peter Mtasa. And Peter Mtasa was very vocal. Peter Mtasa was, he is so articulate with issues, workers' issues. You question them, you expose them. Whenever he went to Geneva, to the International Labour Organization, Labour Conference, you expose the government. The government will be saying the other thing. Here, Mtasa will be saying the different things from what the government he has reported. You expose the government. So they didn't want this. So what do? The ZCTU Congress was mad by this money. People who were being bought by money. People were giving $20. People were the unions that were in bed standing. Akangomuka Padare. They were failing to pay my subs for 5 years. And then they just managed to pay those subs for one day just to attend the Congress. And they attend the Congress, they go to the side of these people that are planning to topple Mtasa. And then now you ask, those unions are in bed standing again. They are no longer participating. So what do you call this, Chief? What do you call this? Yes, Ernest Vurarai, they want to silence everyone, including yourself. They are going to silence you. Pa Facebook, pachauya mtemo yokuti you are not supposed to speak, and only a few people they will remain speaking, commenting. So it's up to you guys. What do you want? Do you want to be silenced? Do you want to, Anzi na Malcolm King? Our lives begin to end the moment we become silent about the things that matter. Story ya Obed inondirwadza, Chief, yekuti Anzi is being charged by murder. Yasiyana paine yana last na Tunga. It's the same story. Vanhu 10 years vari in prison over nothing, things that they didn't even commit. So this is the way we are, our comrades and friends. We are now, President Nelson Chamisa declared kuti this is the fourth Chimrenga. I think, Chief, next week we are going to unpack fourth Chimrenga. Please, modaidzana. Next week tiri kuuya neimwe program. What is fourth Chimrenga? What do we mean by fourth Chimrenga? What is your role in fourth Chimrenga? We are going to have my speakers as well, my other speakers, Chief, so that we unpack this fourth Chimrenga. Because this, if we don't stop what ZANU PF is doing, they know for 2023, Nelson Chamisa is going to win. That one is no doubt. President Chamisa is going to win, maybe times 3. He's going to double or treble, or maybe times 4. He's going to win. But now What are we going to do in the event yokuti he has won overwhelmingly and the Zanu PF refuses to hand over power? What are you going to do? What am I going to do? This is the way we must focus, Chief. I think this is exactly where we must focus. And what do you do? Your neighbor ari kuabductwa, ari kuiswa mumota wakatarisa. What do you do? What are we supposed to do?
Yes. So, yeah, we started by saying Zanu PF has declared war on the citizens. And we want to know what you think we should do, what Triple C should do. Just write in the comment section there. You know, what you write here matters. We have actually done programs because of the things that you write here. So please write on the comment section, how do we react to what Zanu PF has done. But one thing that I know that we should not do is to play in the hands of Zanu PF. This is the strategy. You know, Zanu PF, they have experience and they have the capacity to unleash violence. It's also, as Triple C, we are a democratic party, a peace-loving party, and we have said we are going to take over power, you know, by means of elections. And we know that it is possible. Other countries have done it. You know, it happened in many countries where the people have taken over power. Zanu PF have the capacity, as I have said. They have the guns, they have the weapons, they have the money, they have, you know, everything. As you heard Emerson Mnangagwa saying that we are the army, we are the police, we are the CIO. So they have everything. Would not match Zanu PF pound to pound if we play into their hands and we give in to this incitation that they are doing. They want us to react to what they are doing. You know, we start fighting with against them or fighting with them. We can't do that. You know, we will be crushed. You know, we don't have the weapons that they have. Atina mazi put away now. We don't have that. So our strength is in you and me. President Nelson Chamisa's strength is in the people, is within us. Isusuvan. And if you have people, you have power. People power. You know, that's why even Zanu PF yacho, pawakaenda kuhondo, avana kuwina because they were superior in tactics against Smith, or they had superior weapons against Smith. Smith had by far the resources, he had by far superior weapons. Zanu PF won the war, the second Chimurenga, because of the people. They had the people. And now the tables have turned. We do not have the massive weapons that they have, but we have the people. But now what we need to do is not to be rushed by Zanu PF into some kind of action, you know, playing into Zanu PF's playbook or strategies. We need to strategize on our own, and we need to do things at our pace, at our own rate, not what they were telling us to do. Chinja zita provide out chinja zita. Kana kuti itai structures right now. That's what they're busy doing. We will do it. We will do that at our time. And I Congress, no. Tienda ku Congress nguwa yedu yakwana. Kana taka kuda kuenda ku Congress. Right now, we will not be forced or pushed by Zanu PF to do what they want us to do. Similarly, we will not react in a violent manner to what they are doing. Tinomirira kusvika nguva yedu yakwana tozovaratidza kuti vanhu vane simba, vachariona simba revanhu. People power. If we organize ourselves as people and we get in the streets or we decide to do whatever we decide to do, zvoputika kwese kuAmerica, kuUK, kuZimbabwe kwacho, not only in Harare, Bulawayo, Mutare, Gweru, Kwekwe. That's a people's revolution. And it's coming. We are very close to that. But what I want to just tell people is we are not going to be rushed by Zanu PF. I know some people will be saying, let's retaliate, let's do this and that. Yes, we can defend ourselves. There is no reason, and it's not illegal to defend yourself. We will defend ourselves, but will not be forced into a state of war by Zanu PF, because that's exactly what they want. That's exactly where they want us to be, and we will not get there with them. We will not give them that privilege to crush us. We'll do it at our own time. Please, let's write on the comment section how you think we should react to this unilateral declaration of war by Zanu PF on the citizens. I think we have been joined by other people here. Guess I'm seeing my mother, Dr. Bekwerere. Please join in and chime in into our discussion. I know you have important news to share with the people that are here, but just tell us what you think about what is going on, the declaration of war in Zimbabwe.
Maybe before she gets in, Chief, maybe before my Gokere gets in, how are you? How are you, mother? Welcome to our discussion, Padare and Mambo Svosve. I just wanted to say, Chief Kuti, we need. I thought Kuti we should elaborate or maybe explain in full why Job and Honorable Stole were arrested. Kuti, people should know some of these things. People end up buying ZANU PF narratives because the way they put it, Chifuka, if you are not used to these strategies and if you don't know ZANU PF well, you'll believe. Remember when Mo Blessing was abducted, the police issued a report to say she was taken by her boyfriend. They wanted to create a narrative to say it was the boyfriend. And then when we said, I remember we came live and we said, even if she was taken by a boyfriend, excuse me, it means Kuti, that boyfriend took her without her consent is still abduction. The police need to find her out. So we continued making noise. So people were saying, man, say, no, that's ZANU PF strategy. That's what they do. Now, the reason why they took Job Scala, because Scala was the lawyer, the family's lawyer, and they know kuti Scala is a no-nonsense man. Scala ndichawagwinyira, and he means what he says, and he means business. So taking Scala, because there was a declaration, ZANU PF wanted to take over More Blessing Ali's funeral because they knew kuti Chamisa akangouya zvatovharana. Next election, that word kana yanga iri kuZANU is going to CCC. So it was they knew that it was going to be a campaign strategy for CCC. So that's the reason why they were saying we don't want regalia, we don't want Ivaipano and Iuk. They knew the impact of CCC. So what do? They say they wanted to take over the funeral, and then they said More Blessing must be buried. They must maybe remove the funeral and take it to Chitungwiza, which didn't happen. Now the family says we are not going to bury More Blessing Ali before the perpetrator is arrested. This is the reason why Job Scala was taken, because he had said, the family is saying we are not going to bury More Blessing before the perpetrator is arrested. Wakabva waita Norway, rufu rwakabva rapera. So kutaura kuno, we don't even know when she's going to be buried, and which I think is a very, very, very good strategy. I've also asked the More Blessing Nyambara, the one from Atus, but now based in Germany. She's gonna tell us the Obed Masaraure story after my Dr. Amai Gwekwerere kana mapedza matiudza kuti what do you think about the topics that we're having, and also maybe you tell us exactly why you are here, program yaminayo, or maybe after you join our discussion we give More Blessing and then imimozo to your program tisaisanganisa nezvimwe. You decide, you choose what you want to do. Please, Mama, go ahead. Over to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Champion Barbara. Thank you, Mambo Svosve, and thank you to all the listeners here. The issue under discussion here is a very painful issue. Mentally and physically, it's draining. It's really frustrating because people are being physically abused. if we look at Honorable Sikala and Honorable Stole, they are being physically harassed for no crime that they really offended. And mentally, they are traumatized. Their families are traumatized. We are also traumatized, the citizens of Zimbabwe. And it seems like the war has to do with the selective application of the law. Sabhuku akamira akati uno musha wangu ukazodai anyone who enters here you go with your funeral to St. Mary's. There is no way where it's written in the Zimbabwean constitution that somebody can have such powers or can daydream and actually threaten people to say this is my area. Zimbabwe belongs to everyone. And unfortunately, Honorable Scala and Honorable Stole are just being crucified by the ruling party for no crime they committed. They didn't do anything wrong. Now they are being charged with inciting violence, but that was all stage managed by the ruling party. And if you go into spaces right now, I listened to somebody who claims to be a doctor, very educated, claiming that Wiwa must rot in jail. It's craziness. And if you are not careful, like Leader Barbara said, you end up being convinced about wrong things. So this war is not only on the citizens that are in Zimbabwe, it's also spreading onto us, because right now the persecution they're doing to our families, to our loved ones, is making us lose focus on important issues. We are just focusing on the trauma they are inflicting on us. Because if Obed Masaraure is in prison today for a crime that he didn't commit, it means we all fear now for our lives. They are trying to instill fear, and they are trying to take away the honorables, Wiwa and Stole, so that there's regression in Triple C's preparations for the 2023 elections. So, Pachivanu, kana mfudziwe why asipo, they scatter. So they want people to scatter. But let's stand firm, let's stand strong, let's know what the struggle is all about and keep pushing. We need a better Zimbabwe for ourselves, for our children, and for every Zimbabweans. Thank you very much. I'll tell you the other good news when I'm given another chance towards the end. Thank you, listeners.
Thank you, Dr. Gwegwerere, for bringing that, psychological aspect up, because it really does affect, it's taxing. And who is it taxing? It's taxing us, the foot soldiers, the people that are involved in this war. Instead of focusing on things that matter, instead of focusing on making sure that 2023 is one, we end up focusing on all these things. These are all diversionary tactics by Zanu PF. But like Dr. Gwegwerere said, we have to remain resolute, but above all, we have to remain united, be more united than ever, and ensure that we are working together as citizens, not working against each other, not attacking each other. Really, if you see someone at this point attacking a fellow soldier, a fellow comrade, I was taken aback when I saw some people even attacking Washington Ali, at his weakest point, when he was looking for his sister. And even when his sister passed away, there were people that were still attacking him. And these people are claimed to be part of us. So what I'm just saying is, if you see someone sharpening knives, sharpening axes, and preparing bows and arrows to shoot some people that are fighting in this struggle that are on our side, that are Triple C or that are on the side of citizens, then you should begin to ask questions about those people, because really it's not a time for us to be attacking each other. We should be uniting, we should be coming together, and of course we have already identified the enemy. We know that the enemy is Zanu PF. So I mean, how can Barbara become so much of an enemy than Zanu PF? Barbara angabva azokanganisa zvakadini zvinoita kuti ubva wamuvenga zvekutopfuura kuvenga kwaunoita Zanu PF, wobva wamurwisa kumurwisa kupfuura kwaunoita Emerson Mnangagwa, tingati tiri pamwe chete here. So citizens, Zimbabweans, my fellow citizens, let's come together, let's unite, let's fight together on the same side and ensure that we deliver a lasting victory in 2023. Dr. Gwegwerere, I know you are having a very good program that is contributing to 2023 funds going to towards 2023 election. Maybe you can just take some time and tell the people here and invite them to be part of that program tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Mambo Svosve. Tomorrow in North America, we are celebrating Father's Day at 12 noon Eastern Time. In Africa, it will be 6 p.m. in the evening, but in the US and Canada, it's around 12 noon. So as we are celebrating fathers, we are also thanking them for taking us this far in our struggle towards the liberation of Zimbabwe. We are also appreciating their roles in our lives. Vamwe vakatotengesa mombe kuti tisvike patiri pano. And if we have parents that are still alive, we are encouraging during that event for people to give respect and honor their parents. We are also having a very beautiful soccer jersey. It comes with shorts too, a Triple C soccer jersey with a Zimbabwean flag, and it's written, and it will be made to size like what Mambo Svosve is displaying there. So we are selling raffle tickets for $10, and then you can stand a chance to win the soccer jersey and the shorts for only $10 US. So if you are second winner, you can also get a Triple C t-shirt. The third winner will get a Triple C cap. These funds are towards Ngapinde Hakem Komana. We have a fund for Homwe in North America where we fundraise here and there just to make sure that President Chamisa will be in the State House in 2023. So don't miss out. If you don't have money to buy the raffle, you are also anyway invited to attend our Zoom meeting where we celebrate Father's Day, and there's going to be the raffle draw. We have plenty games, we have music. Cooksman will be singing there, and we will be having seasoned DJ DJ Professor will be dishing out some music there. So do not miss out on this occasion, and let's remain a family. You are here with Mambo Svosve. North America province is led by Mambo Svosve, so you must remain supportive of his initiatives. Thank you, everyone. See you tomorrow. And the Zoom link, I hope Chief will be able to also flight the other flyer, which is the Zoom link, or share the link. So see you there. If you have issues, just write in the text there to get the Zoom link from Mambo Svosve. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, listeners. Thank you, Champion Barbara, and thank you, Mambo Svosve. See you tomorrow, 12 Eastern Time. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
very much,
you.
Dr. Gwegwerere. Please.
Chief? Okay. When you finish thanking Dr. Gwegwerere, we have more blessings who has come to share with us Storia President Masarawi.
Okay, that's good. So, folks, we're going to put the Zoom link right there in the comment section. I'm sending it right away to Stella so that you can have it. This is not a program for North America. This is a program for all citizens. Please come and win that famous soccer jersey. You love it. It's a beautiful soccer jersey. So let's do this for charity. Let's do this for the sake of our program. Ngapinda Hake Mkomana 2023 fundraiser. We'll put the link there, and we'll also put the flyer on the comment section as well. You can go ahead, Leader Barbara.
Okay, thank you so much, viewers and listeners. We have invited our colleague, our comrade, More Blessing. She's one of us from Change Radio. She's also very active in a trade unionist. She's the gender secretary for Amalgamated Rural Teachers Union of Zimbabwe, R2s, where Obed Masarore is the president, and like we said, we told you about his story that he's being charged with murder, and we know kuti is innocent, and most people would want to believe that he did it, but this is Zanu PF, so we want to hear it from More Blessing, and she will tell us exactly what happened. Over to you, More Blessing.
Thank you, Leader Barbara. Thank you, Zimbabwe. Makadi Mambo Svosve.
Makadi, comrades.
Takadzamirwa, leader. The case of comrade. I will start with the case of More Blessing. Just takadzamirwa musi wasungwa President Obed Masaraure, tanga tichitoenda ndandiri supposed kusangana navo kuti tiende kwana More Blessing kuservice yeTuesday 1:00. So takaronga kuti ivo unoripota, vachipedza kuripota then tobatana totoenda. So ndakatopinda hometown. President vanditi handiri kucharge office. Then the next thing vabva vatonditi asvikai kuno, zvingosvikai kucharge office kwacho. Ndiri kusvika kuya ndiri kunzi endai ku-law and order. Ndakusvika paya president vatosungwa. Saka vakangondibvumidza kutaura navo, vakandipa 10 minutes chete. Then ndobva vatoti I am being charged of murder Comrade Isa. Comrade Ava, he was one of us, and there is no way Comrade President Yavanganzi vakauraya Comrade Isa, because musi wacho Comrade Isa vanga vatoya neAfrica Unit Square, so vangatovigira macomrades aitova ikoko huni, because ivo kumba kwavo kwavaigara kwakutori ne a lot of huni, vakati kuri kutonhora regai tiunzire vamwe huni. Then on that day President Masaraure vakadzokera kumba because vanga vane program yavanga vachiatenda. Then ndobva vatoti since vanhu muri kusara hamugoni kurara panze, chiregai ndikusire room yangu murare. So macomrades
we are breaking. More Blessing. Maybe I should try and call you on WhatsApp. Chief Svosve, we are losing More Blessing there. She was just explaining what happened to President Obed Masaraure, the president of R2s. President Masaraure is also the spokesperson for the Crisis Coalition in Zimbabwe. So if you link these if you link these what you call, you link the stories and link with the person, you see kuti it's not about murder, but is about who Obed Masaraure is. Being a powerful person, he was elected the spokesperson for the crisis coalition in Zimbabwe, where Peter Gift Mtasa is the chairman. So it's not surprising at all kuti Peter Mtasa can be the next victim. Tikatonzwa kuti Peter asungwa. So this is what ZANU PF is doing, really, silencing the voices of dissent. So I'll try and call More Blessing from my phone. Are you there? Are you back, More Blessing?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, but I don't know if you can hear
You,
me.
now you are clear. You are breaking. Yeah, you can continue
Ah,
from where you said wakasirwa room.
yeah, so that's what happened. It happened when he was not even there. So we know that these are tactics of this government, which is trying to silence us as we are planning for a demonstration. So we know that this kind of this illegal arrest of Obet Masaraure, it's really affecting us, but at the same time it is actually giving us the energy to keep on fighting. So as the union, we feel so assaulted and insulted by this kind of decision of making these trumped charges against our president. And it is also
We are breaking more. There is President Obed Masaraure there on the picture. Yes.
I think just call me so that I can continue from a
You are,
better network
you are now you
spot.
are now clear. Maybe more.
Mhm.
How did this guy die? How did he die in his room?
Uh, Renon's Akadona. And nobody really knows because vanga varipo vainzi vanga varipo vacho, they went through a quest and they gave their views. Mukomana anonzi akadona from a balcony. So
From what I've heard, More
we
Blessing, I heard that akatouraiwa neZANU PF. He was eliminated in a way.
Exactly.
yeah, cases are like that. Those ones are coming. And I also talked before I went to court 2 days ago. I also talked to a member of a family who happens to be Baba Mnini va Isa. He said also we suspect that the state has a hand in it, because when they were trying to find out what really happened, they said can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. He said mukomana akatovafonera ivo baba munini wacho kuti ndauyawo mutaone vamwe vangu, and then like what I said before, and then he later confirmed that no, I'm not coming because ndine mamwe macomrades saka I am okay. Then the next thing mwana mangwana makuseni they were called kuti mwana ashaika. So he said we continued to seek clarification. Nalinda Masarira vakaburitsa that case. Linda wrote something about it and accusing the state. Then the next thing vanga vane mumwe futi mwana wavo vanga auya and vakatanga kutevererwa, and mwana iye vanototakazotomusmagula kuti akwanise kudzokera kuSouth Africa. So ivo pachavo they were not feeling safe, and right now because of what happened right now they are saying they were never even informed, like with the state, that they are resurrecting this case again. So they are also frustrated, and to learn that Nyaya Yemwanavo is now being the subject in courts again without being even notified. Inyaya iri kuvarwadza zvisingaiti as family, but at the same time they had said no, we had now come to terms with what had happened, even though it was not clear. And vanotaura kuti macomrades angane mwana takafamba navo vese through the quest, everything we did. So it's really absurd for the government now to accuse even Obed, who was not even there on the day which Issa died. So we really know what they are doing. They are trying to silence us, but right now is of Zimbabwe, the citizens, we know that we want the better education for Zimbabweans, and we are going to mobilize teachers to vote for a government that can provide that for us. We will always and never stop asking for what we really need, like for our salaries. What an insult to offer us RTGS like 100%, 64, 50,000 bond. What is that? So that's an insult. We are not going to be quiet. And starting from Monday, we're not going to report for work. We're calling out all the civil servants in Zimbabwe to stop going kumabasa, so that we send a very clear message to them. Because when they start killing people right now, what if in the next few months, what if on the days of elections, we are all going to be arrested so that they can deny our rights to vote or to mobilize? We are not going to stop that. Wherever we are going to mobilize, and we are going to recruit, and we are going to make people know what kind of this government we have, this authoritarian, but quiet whatsoever. And as for me, since they have already detained my president Obed Masarau, it is my responsibility and my duty to keep fighting and to keep spreading the word that we must resurrect this education sector. We trained for many years so that we can deliver a quality education, but this type of education which is there in schools is so deteriorating and disheartening. Schools cannot even afford mask right now as we speak. But in pachikoro pandoticha hapana kana mamask, hapana nothing. And then we say those are safe schools. Safe schools for what? Sometimes I become so emotional. And right now we are calling out for to free Obed, to free Job Scala. Those people, they are not criminals. You leave criminals in their homes and they are languishing and drinking whiskey in their homes, yet you arrest innocent people who are fighting for human rights. Remember, workers' rights are also human rights. Citizens, parents, to address this issue, because at the end of the day, the education sector is deteriorating every day. I'm sorry, sometimes I really become so emotional about this. So this tactic of terrain, it's not working. We are not even frustrated, but actually they are actually igniting our energy when they take one of us or our leaders. They are actually giving us more energy to fight. And we know that this is the time to fight. And I call upon all this government.
Okay,
I'm lost.
okay. Okay, you are now breaking now. Oh, thank you so much. More blessing. It really, you have every reason to be emotional. This is so disturbing, so worrisome. You try to fight for your rights that are enshrined in the Constitution, and someone just decides to silence you just like that because they know they've got the power, they know they've got the weapons, they've got everything, and you don't have anything. You don't have anything besides the power to speak up, power to fight for other people that have got no voices, power to fight for human rights abuses. So this is what we are going through as Zimbabweans, and it needs you and me, not more blessing only. We need to fight. We need to speak about these issues. How many people have been killed so far within a space of 2 weeks? How many people have killed? How many people have been arrested just for nothing? Just because ZANU-PF wants to stay, wants to remain in power. Let's call it a spade, guys. Enough is enough. And we have to speak about these issues. It's high time we should, even when you go on Twitter, please say something about the issues. It's high time we should focus on the issues that matter. Tombosiyana nezvimwe zvinhu zvinotidhirira. There are so many things pa Facebook ipapa that derail us, and we find ourselves going there. We spend the whole day listening to things that do not even matter. You know, the issues of the struggle, we forget about them, and then we say kuti things are not okay at home. Ndiani achazvigadzirisa? It's me and you. So what are you doing as an individual? Chief Shoshe, can you come in and give us a way? How are we going to end this? What is the way forward? What are you doing? Inine tine basa. Do we still have Chief Shoshe up?
Oh no, Chief Shoshe vadona.
Okay. I think we are at the end of our program, leader Estela. Any comments? What are the people saying? In the meantime, can you play that video? Tinokundwa nechembere, you know that chembere nekuti yanga yaona kuti zvinhu zvanyanya. You remember that lady in Marondera where when they were refused to hold a rally in Marondera. That woman really inspired me, you know. Yeah. Do you have that video, Estela?
Yes, it's right here. Uyo ari kutaura hanzi Coulthard ari kutaura nezvaMasaraure, explaining what happened to him.
Okay.
Yeah. But let me play this lady's little clip, this one.
Hero chete
that was in March. When this gogo was saying kuti gore rino hanzi ukandizvambura ndodzorera, and the Chief Shoshe said kuti hanzi self-defense is not violence. Self-defense is not violence. Even chero isusu tichikura waiti ukarohwa neumwe mwana ukamhanya uchichema ndarohwa, warohwa nani, ndarohwa na Estela, iye hauna maoko, haugoni kudzorera. This is how we're taught. Self-defense. So one, they must not act as if they have the monopoly of doing whatever they want to do to the people of Zimbabwe. No, enough is enough, guys. Enough is enough. I think we are done. Do we have any comments? Pane zvataurwa here zvatasiya leader Estela. Chief Shoshe his network today is like he was, I don't know, maybe he was in a tunnel since he was he was in a car. So I think the network was just poor, but I think we have done justice. And like I said, viewers and listeners, next week we are coming again ne-issue yechifourth chimurenga. Uyai muzotiudza. If you want to join us, please tell us. Do tell us. We'll connect you. You come and let's share. What do you understand by fourth Chimrenga? What is Chimrenga very in the first place? What is your role and responsibilities in the fourth Chimrenga? What do we mean to achieve in the fourth Chimrenga? We know kwakaita first and second Chimrenga. Third Chimrenga yanga iri hondo yeminda. Fourth Chimrenga is going to bring independence to Zimbabwe. But how is it going to bring independence to Zimbabwe? Thank you. By that, I would want to thank you on behalf of Mambo Svosve, myself, Change Radio, Zim. I saw someone say Mkoma Yuda. They think it's not Mkoma Yuda. We are on Mkoma Yuda's page because Mkoma Yuda is a comrade. Chef Mkoma Yuda is a friend. So we sometimes broadcast on his page. I assume Estella, we are also on Yuda's page because
Yes.
because some Mkoma Yuda panap. He is a comrade. That one is the cadre and a half. So we are just on his page because he is a comrade. So ladies and gentlemen, viewers and listeners, it's a good morning and a good afternoon and a good evening to every one of you. It's a bye now from Change Radio and Zim Koma Yuda, and the crew behind the scene. Leader, more blessing, Nyambara. Thank you so much for shedding light on Obet Masarawe's story. My Gwekwere, Dr. Amai, thank you also for coming to Change Radio. We love you. Please support North America Province. Tomorrow is their Father's Day. Hanzi kune zvidobi-dobi. The link has been sent. So please do join us. Tomorrow will be there in North America. Join us as we celebrate our fathers. Vazhinji vanogara vachicomplaina, hey, Mother's Day, Women's Day, ko ana baba izvo harana baba. Let's come and celebrate the joys of fatherhood, the joys of being a father. When we are as appreciating the men who are fathers to our children, our fathers, vana baba vezvemweya, everyone who is a father. Remember, not every man is a father. Some were just people who just brought wanamu unika, but they're not looking after them. So we are shouting out to all those men who are real fathers, who are looking after their kids, who have managed to look after their kids. Vari wega sometimes wanamai wasipo. Thank you so much. Leader Estella, can you give us a song whilst we check out? Bye.
Yeah, thank you. We leave you listening to Paul Madzore Simbare Vanu. Enjoy.